Alright everybody, welcome back to another Dead by Daylight video. So today I wanted to talk about a survivor perk that is probably forgotten by most of the community, and that is Red Herring. Red Herring is a perk that is arguably the most useless perk in the game. In fact, the video or the footage you're seeing in the background, I couldn't even get any footage of me using Red Herring because whenever I used it, I, one, didn't know if it went off and did anything, and two, it was just a waste of time to try and use, quote, correctly. So for those who don't know what Red Herring does, after repairing a generator for at least 3 seconds, the generator is highlighted yellow. It stays highlighted until it's fully repaired, or I start repairing another generator, or you enter a locker. Entering a locker will trigger a loud noise notification for the killer, so it says if you miss a skill check, and Red Herring goes on cooldown for 40 seconds. So the purpose of this perk, that was a hard sentence to say, the purpose of this is to deceive the killer into going to a gen that you are not working on, or maybe you want them to kick it to get blast mine or something like that. The problem with this perk, there are a few problems. One, there's no guarantee the killer's going to come check skill check. Just because they see the loud noise notification, if they're on the other side of the map, they're going to notice it, keep it in the back of their mind, and maybe go back there later. Two, if they're going to chase, they're definitely not going to come back there unless they're nearby. Three, you have to hop off the gen you're already working on, go across the map to get, like, quote, the best use, and then hope the killer goes to the gen. This perk has so many issues with it. And for those who don't know, I was a Zarina main for a while when I used to play Survivor a lot. Basically until Alan Wake came out, I was a Zarina main. And this perk is one of her teachables, and I have tried for so long to try to be quirky and try to have fun with this perk, and it's just, I don't know. It needs a change, and, you know, I'm always in the camp of if you just complain and don't give a solution, then you're just whining. So, what is my proposed change to Red Herring? Well, here's my rework idea for Red Herring, and people are gonna fucking hate this. While working on a gen, every time you hit a skill check, another random generator has a loud noise notification. This goes on cooldown for 10 seconds. So every 10 seconds, and on top of the cooldown, and whenever you hit a great skill check, you cause a loud noise notification at a different generator. That way, this is more of a deterrent to get the killer away from your current gen. That is how I would want this perk to be used. Obviously, that's not perfect. There are some issues with that, of course. This is just me spouting off my idea. But I think the general idea of this perk of being like a deception tool with generators is really cool, and I could see it being frustrating if it's ever good. But at the same time, it would be such a niche thing and something that people wouldn't bring all the time, I feel. Because even if you do that, like let's say it's a 3-gen situation, and all you are on one gen and your teammates are on the other two. Well, now you're effing them, making them have to get off the gen. Even at the beginning of the match, let's say you spawn on one gen on one side of the map and your teammates spawn on another. Well, you just triggered a loud noise notification on their gen. Now the killer knows exactly where they are. So, like, this, it wouldn't be a perfect solution, and it also wouldn't be super overpowered. If anything, it might be detrimental at times. But it's interesting. It's different. That's the thing with this. It would be like Pebble, but only on generators, which is super cool. And there are tweaks you could do to it, obviously. Maybe you get tokens when you're in the terror radius, so next time you're on a gen, then when you hit a skill check, then they go off. Or maybe you have to sit in a locker for a certain amount of time. Or maybe you have to do the gen a certain amount before you get the tokens, or before it starts activating. Maybe it only activates after while you're doing a gen that's 50% through its progress, right? Like little tweaks like that could make this good, and not super overpowered and not used all the time. I just think with the current way Red Herring is, and once again, it's a perk that people don't even talk about. It's not one of those perks like Beast of Prey or Territorial Imperative on the killer side where people are like, yeah, those perks are bad, never run them. Red Herring is just kind of there. No one ever brings it up. No one ever talks about it. It's just bad, and I don't think I've never really heard of a rework solution for it, if I'm being honest. If there is one, let me know, but I've never really heard anyone talk about reworking this perk in any good way, in my opinion. But yeah, as always, guys, let me know what y'all think of Red Herring and my proposed rework to it. It's a perk, like, I don't want to see good, but, like, it's been so bad for so long, I think it's earned it. to a degree. In any case, I love y'all. Have a good one. And yeah, bye.
Subscribe, damn it. I'll be back. I always come back, and so should you, you moron.